The Warhammer Skulls Showcase just a few days ago brought us a surprising amount of Warhammer games across the franchise's spectrum, from the Age of Sigmar to Warhammer 40K, from VR hack and slashes to side-scrolling, first-person shooters to multiple strategy titles. Several we already knew about: Warhammer 3, Necromunda Hired Gun, Age of Sigmar Stormground. There were several that we didn't though. One in particular snagged my curiosity with its short trailer and now has my attention after doing some digging. That title is Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. In today's video, we'll take a look at what we know about the game so far, which isn't much. But if we dive into the setting a bit more, including the previous Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate video game, we might be able to see what Frontier Foundry and Developer Complex Games might be up to in what I can only hope would be some form of 40K XCOM / Wasteland turn-based RPG strategy game. Let's dive in. The setting: 40K and the Grey Knights. To someone who is still largely a newbie in the Warhammer 40K universe, it was not obvious to me exactly who we are looking at in this trailer. And after checking it out though, man does it have me excited, and I will vastly summarize this section. Chaos Gate Daemonhunters will see you at the head of a group of Grey Knights, one of the most secretive chapters of the Space Marines in the 40K universe. Genetically different from all other chapters in the Adeptus Astartes, as they are implanted with gene seed engineering from the Emperor himself, every Grey Knight is a rather potent psyker, meaning they have the training and capability to wield blasters and melee weapons as other chapters, but they also draw psychic energy from the Immaterium, or more commonly known as the Warp, to use against their enemies. While any normal human psyker can be tempted by this chaos energy, in the 10,000 years of the Imperium history, no Grey Knight has ever been corrupted by its powers that is known. It's these types of troops that you hold in your command, troops that will obey their brother captain immediately and without question when on covert missions. It's these types of troops that are the ultimate fighters versus the Chaos forces, and the best equipped to battle its evil while using Chaos's very power source against them. And indeed, that's where we find ourselves in Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. Leading this group of elite super soldiers, you will attempt to unveil a galaxy-wide chaos plot to infect worlds with a cosmic plague called the Bloom. Sounds like Papa Nurgle and Tzeentch are teaming up for some serious trouble, and I for one am excited to face them and their nasty hordes, of which we get a very quick glimpse of at the end of the teaser. Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate. Again, unknown to me until I dug around a bit, Chaos Gate Daemonhunters is not the first of its kind, and might just be the follow-up to the 1998 release of Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate. That game was a turn-based XCOM-esque strategy game that features Ultramarines led by Captain Kruger as they tried to recover the Concordant Chaosium, a pre-Horus Heresy artifact from the Chaos Lord. For a game that came out in 1998, Chaos Gates features some very solid mechanics, primarily with its vast array of unit customization with over 50 different units and a crazy amount of armor, weapons, and abilities, to its turn-based strategy with things like range effectiveness, unit combo strikes, and heck, even the graphics aren't that terrible for the time period. While it doesn't seem to be as in-depth as something just like XCOM or XCOM 2, the structure seemed to be there, and if we are indeed seeing a second game in what could become a series with Chaos Gate Daemonhunters, then I think this second game has a pretty good base to go off of. What I'm hoping for with Daemonhunters. With the short dive into the Grey Knights and the first Chaos Gate game, I wanted to look into what I want in Daemonhunters, which at the moment, all we know of for sure is that it is a turn-based sort of RPG strategy game. For me personally, the XCOM style of turn-based strategy has some great appeal still. XCOM 2 is still alive and well thanks to a huge amount of mods from the community, and I seriously enjoyed Gears Tactics and the style they went for with that game. Considering the tabletop aspect of the entire Warhammer genre in general, and also the polish of mechanics we are seeing in Warhammer 40K Battle Sector with regards to movement, attack, and ability combos, XCOM just seems to fit quite nicely for this setting. A bit deeper than that though is unit customization. Again, I haven't played the first Chaos Gate, but from the gameplay I watched this last weekend, the customization aspect is a pretty huge part of the game, and to see such a great system already in the series, it makes sense to keep that feature in this one. Your Grey Knights have to be one of the most versatile chapters in the Imperium, with access to about every form of combat available in the genre. It would be great to specialize through customization, having some tanky frontliners with a sword and blaster, with some support for those infantry, and then even more with some psyker heavy units on the back lines, controlling the directions of the battle the entire time. The Grey Knights, by their very nature, are built for this type of unit customization, and I hope they get it in this upcoming game. And lastly, I'm hoping for a decently long campaign that is full of lore and story. I want to see the progression of my men as we go along the campaign, to see a meaningful and intense story that plays well along the battles we get to explore and control would be amazing, yet too often tend to get overlooked in Warhammer 40K strategy games. I want some serious plot twists or events to happen that I cannot anticipate and that can shake the core of these super elite energy users and to test their skills to the max. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Battle Sector has given me hope for the Warhammer 40K genre, especially on the strategy side and as well with the story. So I'm hoping that Frontier and Complex Games take the same direction with Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. That will be all for this short video on Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate Daemonhunters. What a name. Let me know what you think about the short teaser trailer and what is known about the game so far by leaving a comment down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and turn on those bell notifications so you'll always be up to date with content on my channel. Be on the lookout for more videos surrounding this game in a few months, and if you're already hyped for it, be sure to wishlist it on Steam. Thank you very much for watching. This is Havoc, and I'll see you in the next video.